story of Kuan Yin. Under the shadow of an old volcano in China lay a small village. For many years, the people of the village lived contented lives. Then, Tan Xiang made his home in the volcano. Tan Xiang was a great and fearsome red and black dragon. For days, the flames from his great jaws could be seen lighting up the sky above the volcano, and below the villagers shivered. They ran to the head man of the village, crying, "What will you do about it? How can you protect us? You must do something." The head man just shook his head, for he had no ideas at all. Then, one day, Tan Xiang came swooping down over the village. His great red wings cast a shadow over the whole village as it swooped down and grabbed a pig in its awful jaws. Every day for a week, the dragon took a pig or a goat, and the poor villagers were powerless to stop it. Soon, there were no animals left. Then, one day, it took a child. Then another. And another. The head man called a meeting, and everyone in the village was summoned. "Someone must go and kill the dragon," announced the head man. "Who will volunteer?" But who in their small village was strong and brave enough to undertake the task? No one wanted to volunteer. Some people nudged Chan, for he was big and strong, but he shrugged them off. Someone said the head man should go, for he was their leader. The head man was terrified and came up with a plan. A bag was filled with white pebbles. A pebble for every person in the village except one, and then one black pebble in the bag. Whoever pulled the black pebble out would be the one who killed Tan Xiang. Many of the people pulled out white pebbles, and many sighed with relief. Then came Kuan Yin's turn, and there in her palm lay a black pebble. Kuan Yin raised her hand and killed the dragon. But when she was outside the village, she sat and cried. "How can I kill a dragon? I'm only a girl. What can I do?" Part 2. Dry your eyes, Kuan Yin. She looked up into the wrinkled old face of an old man dressed from top to toe in black. "Take this sword. If you thrust it into the dragon's jaw, you will succeed." "But how can I get there? It's such a big volcano." The old man then handed her a pair of boots. "You must take one step at a time, and soon you'll be there." Kuan Yin took the sword. It seemed to weigh nothing at all. She took the boots and knelt to put them on her feet. When she stood up again, the old man had vanished. Kuan Yin took a step forward and found her feet were as light as air. She strode forward. The light boots and feather-like sword gave her a lightness in her heart. Soon she was crossing the ground in great strides, and in no time at all she reached the foot of the volcano. There was no sign of the dragon, apart from the well-chewed bones that he had tossed down after eating his prey. Kuan Yin climbed silently upward until she reached the very summit. And there she saw the dragon sleeping. His great red wings were folded around him, almost hiding his jaws, which she could see were lying on top of a pile of animal bones. "Well, how am I going to be able to strike under his jaw if his head is on these bones? He'll wake up and eat me," whispered Kuan Yin. Shivering a little, Kuan Yin crept forwards towards the sleeping dragon. Despite the crunchy stones and bits of bones, her feet made not a sound in the wonderful boots, and she managed to get right next to the dragon's head without breaking him. His face alone was as long as she was tall. Suddenly, a black crow flew down and popped around the ground next to the dragon's head. Quiet flapped a hand away to drive it away, but instead of flying off, it opened its beak and gave a great loud wow! The dragon opened its eyes at once, saw the crow, and lifted its great jaws to snap at the crow in one move. Cranley leapt forward, thrust the sword upwards into the dragon's jaw, and killed it at once. She looked around, but the crow had vanished. When finally returned to the villagers held a festival in her honour. The head man was so ashamed of his cowardice, so